Hey, what's up, friends? Thom here, Stronghold Training. It has been way too long since I have recorded something to help you guys out, so I was kind of itching to bring you something, so I've thrown this together kind of quick, but I think you're going to find it to be really helpful. So what we're talking about today, if I can get my cursor to work, is social media and your real estate marketing plan. So as most of you know, I've been coaching and training realtors for many years, and sometimes I'll even get invited to events to speak, and at the beginning of the event, even though I might have something I want to talk about or have been asked to talk about, I'll kind of survey the audience to see what they really want to talk about, and probably about 7 or more out of 10 times they want to talk about social media marketing. And there's a lot of helpful information out there, but I also think there's a lot of dangerous information. So what I want to accomplish today on this somewhat brief little video tutorial here is how to approach social media marketing as a realtor and kind of determine the level of commitment you want to make, because you don't have to be all in, and you don't have to hire someone. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say you don't have to entirely do social media to be successful. So I want to spend the first part of this video kind of explaining how to approach it, how to determine how engaged you should be, and then based on how engaged you're going to be, kind of give you those keys to each level of engagement so that you can be successful. It'll all be clear here in a minute. Let's just dive right in. So I look at social media and real estate as really having kind of 3 tiers, and you don't have to be all in. So the question is, how much social media should I do? So to divide this up, as you can see here, we've really got 3 levels. So level 1 I call presence, level 2 is engagement, and level 3 is advertiser. You are fine at level 1. The first question you really have to ask yourself is, how familiar am I with social media? Have you done social media advertising in the past? Have you been a big social media advocate? I don't just mean on your own personal profile. I mean, have you ever run a social media business page? If not, then you're going to have a little bit of a learning curve. It's not that hard, but you'll have a little bit of a learning curve. And here's the next thing you have to ask yourself. What are my strengths? If your strengths are meeting people and networking and all of that stuff, then you should be leveraging your strengths. If your weakness is technology, then why are we spending all this time trying to figure out how social media works to grow our business? Well, oftentimes the answer is, well, because I think I have to. Because isn't that what successful people are doing? For me to be a successful agent, don't I need to be on the Facebook? Not necessarily. To be a successful agent, you need to leverage your strengths, you need to leverage your strengths well, and you need to leverage your strengths consistently. But that does not necessarily mean you need to do everything that you're bad at. Unfortunately, many agents are the victims of people, social media people, marketing people, who want to convince you must do this, and so they've sold that to you. Also, we see people successfully doing it, and we want to emulate that. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going out there and doing it. I'm just here to tell you that there are many successful agents that aren't on social media. So you don't have to do it. If you want to do it and you're excited to do it, you think you might enjoy it, then I also wouldn't hold you back from doing it, because it's a great tool. But all that said, what a lot of us do is we sit down and say, well, I think everyone's online now, so I'm going to have to learn this online thing in order to be successful. Guys, that just isn't true. But what is true is you have to have some sort of presence online. So if you're the person that says, I'm going to leave marketing for the marketers, but what do I need to have in social media? Level 1 is for you, which is presence. So what does this level 1 entail? First and foremost, you do need to have a Facebook business page. Now, on social media, you've got personal pages. That's your typical, mine's Thom Perrone. You can go there, find me. That's my personal page. You can find lots of pictures of my kids and stuff like that. And then you've got my business page, which is Stronghold Training, my company. Real estate is a very personal business. So oftentimes people will want to connect with you on your personal page. You're going to have to make that decision if you want to do that or not. My suggestion is you do. That you don't have like a personal page just for family and then a personal page for business, because it's going to get confusing. It's just never really worked well for people who've done that in the past. Instead, I suggest you just keep your personal page professional and be willing to have your clients be your personal Facebook friends. It's not mandatory. I'm just saying it's easier because they're going to send you requests. They're going to find you there. You have a personal relational business that's business to consumer. And so you might just want to consider biting the bullet there and using your Facebook in that way. And say goodbye to all of your political posts and all of that stuff that you may have done before. Of course, that's also still up to you. But you still have to have a Facebook business page. I'm going to get into that here in a second. And you do that by simply going onto Facebook and starting a business page. In order to have a business page, you really should have a personal page as well. It's going to be easier for you, especially if you're just on the level 1. Technically, these days, you can have a personal page and not really focus much on it and just focus on your business page, but there's reasons not to do that, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So what you want to do on this business page, just like your personal page, is post your listings. It's a great way to tell your sellers that you're working with them online. It's really hard when a seller comes to you and says, I can't find you on Facebook and I can't find my listing online other than Zillow or places like that. People look for a presence on social media and they're happy to share. It's free advertising if they just share those posts. So we should have that presence there. They'll be appreciated. They're going to want to show their friends that their home is for sale and things like that. So we have to have a Facebook business page so we can post those listings from the business page, because it's harder for people to share if it's on your personal page, unless they're your personal friend. And you're going to have clients that aren't going to want to be your personal friend on Facebook, but they're going to be more than happy to go to your business page, which they don't even have to like or follow to be able to share their listing from. So that's why you need a business page. You also need a business page because when people go on Google and they search for you, even if you have a website, they probably will not find you. If your name is Todd Smith and they search Todd Smith Realtor, about 40 people are going to come up. What's amazing about Facebook is they have some of the best search engine optimization in the world. So if your Facebook business page and your personal page are on Facebook, then if someone searches for your name, Facebook is going to rank you faster than any other source, even a website. As a matter of fact, I don't even necessarily believe you have to have a website in real estate. You could probably use a Facebook business page. It may be sufficient. A landing page would be nice, but save your $8,000 on a website, a fancy website in real estate. So a Facebook business page is the modern equivalent to the yellow page listing of old. Okay, so we want to at least be found there. And what are we going to post there? We're going to post our listings for the sake of our clients. Also, we will post our open houses, and it's great if you can create an event under your Facebook business page for that. But at least post your open houses. It's nice. Why? Because people can go on there if it's as an event, and they can say they're interested or they can say they're going, and you can show your sellers that type of activity. It's also, again, free advertising to post a public event. People can search for that. And when it comes to boosting, which is different than an ad, we're going to get into that in a minute, from the business page, you can boost these posts and these events. So it's important to know, a lot of people don't know this that aren't social media savvy, you cannot boost anything from your personal page. You can only boost it from a Facebook business page. That's why you need to have that listing. What is a boost? A boost is when you pay Facebook cash to show this event or this post to more people. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to come out of this screen. I'm actually going to go to my Facebook page to show you what I mean. So here we have Stronghold Training's business page. Oop, nope, no we don't. Here we have Stronghold Training's business page. And you can see, of course you're looking at it from my administrative view, but you can see here I have a post where I'm offering a free month of coaching. Okay, nice little post here. It links to my website, but even with that, without that, even if it was just a picture, it's a nice little post. And you can see right here what comes up. Boost post. So I can click boost post. And now you can see here, I can go in and add a button like learn more. I can boost it to people who like my page. I can boost it to people who like my page and their friends. I can choose people in my local area, or I can create a custom audience of who I want to boost this to. And then of course I can go in and put in a little advertising budget. Just a few dollars might be sufficient. So why do I need to do that? Well, let me make one thing clear. This is not social media advertising. Social media advertising is different. I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is just boosting. It's very simple. And there's a couple of reasons why you need to know about this. Just bring up my handy dandy little slide here again. What you need to understand is that Facebook has changed their algorithm. So it used to be, the goal was to have a Facebook page, get as many likes as possible, and if people liked your page, they would see your posts. So it was kind of like free advertising. So we would go out in these likes campaigns so that all those people who liked us would see our posts, and we hoped that those likes somehow made us valid. Guys, that has changed. People really don't look at how many likes your page has. No one really cares. And here's the problem. You could have 10,000 likes on your page. Just because someone likes your page doesn't mean Facebook is going to show your post in their news feed. As a matter of fact, Facebook has gotten away from that. Unless someone is actively engaging with your post, meaning like it's come up in their news feed, they spent time on it, they've clicked on it, they've gone directly to your page, commented, etc., that your page is going to rank lower and lower on their news feed. This is so that people aren't constantly being advertised to, so Facebook only wants to show you the content you're engaging with. Okay, it's very important to understand that. So all the likes in the world are not really necessary. That said, if you have a bunch of likes and you want to make sure those people, even if they haven't engaged with you, see your post, you should spend $5 or $10 to boost your post to people who have liked your page. You see, if they just liked your page and saw everything, that wouldn't be necessary, but that's not the case anymore. Also, it's helpful to boost to very specific groups, very specific audiences. But you don't need to really understand all of this to meet level 1. You just need to understand your basic boost. Your basic boost. Boost to people in your neighborhood, boost to people in your zip code, boost to people who've liked your page and their friends. That's helpful, not necessary for level 1, but that's kind of what level 1 brings you, is that level of engagement. So you start an open house as an event, you can boost that to people searching for real estate in your local area, and it doesn't take that much training to get there. But even if you're not boosting, you have to have a Facebook business page, and posting your listing and open houses there is about all you need to have for level 1, and that'll be sufficient as long as you're growing your business in other ways. But I think everyone in real estate should have at least that. Let's move on. Level 2, the social media engagement level. So this involves doing everything from level 1, I've already mentioned, plus regular routine engagement with an audience, which means you're focused on growing your audience. You actually are trying to get some people to like and follow your page, and you are definitely boosting to people that fit a certain criteria so that you can grow engagement. And you're going to do that by helping them, nurturing them, and not advertising to them. So you're going to post helpful articles. You're going to provide tools and resources, which means you have to create them or find them and offer them to people. You're going to want to link people to other related pages and events, get some back and forth between you and the rest of the community on Facebook. That's the best way to get engagement, is not just to talk at people, but get them to actually, by promoting other people's stuff, they'll start cross-promoting you, and you want to get kind of that network of social media cross-promotion. Great example of this in real estate is, let's say you're a local realtor in, say, Safety Harbor. which is a nice little town here outside Clearwater. Say Safety Harbor is your zone. You go to a Safety Harbor event. You're going to take pictures of that event. You're going to post that event. You're going to meet people at that event. You're going to take pictures with them. You're going to tag them in your page. They're going to come back and like your page and tag you in their social media page. That's the type of engagement we want to have at this level. And then you're going to want to host a group or be active in groups where on social media. So you're actually going to spend deliberate time every week on social media engaging as an agent in social media, being active in groups, offering advice, linking people back, tagging people, all of that stuff you're going to want to do. Let me show you an example of that now. So here is my Stronghold training page. Okay, you can see here if you go to videos, if you go to photos, I've got some ridiculous photos. You can see here I'm at events and I'm posting that I'm at the events. You can see here it's kind of slow to load while I'm recording my screen. So I'll X out of that. You can see here I'm at Ruth Eckerd Hall. You can see here I'm at a networking event. You can see here posting pictures of food. Here's me at a training. Here's me at home. Here's me on a diet. I'm engaging with people, helpful quotes, all of that stuff to try to bring engagement. Also, if I'm somewhere else, like at this restaurant up here, I was at a restaurant right here, tagging that restaurant, talking to them, see if they'll tag me, all that good stuff. That's a little bit deeper level of engagement. How do I spend time? Do I spend time every day on social media, coming up with all those helpful articles, doing all of that stuff? Absolutely not. What a waste of time. And that's why I don't like these companies that charge you hundreds of dollars a month to post for you, because we have this vision of them sitting there every day coming up with content and posting for you, and they don't. And so you can do what they do. Let me show you the tool I use. So I use this tool right here. It's called Buffer. It costs me $15 a month. This is Buffer. So I sit down for about an hour a week or sometimes 3 hours a month, and I just spend some time loading up my buffer. So here's all my social media platforms. I've got Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and my personal LinkedIn page. And I just come up with a whole bunch of posts and I preload it here in Buffer, and Buffer will schedule it for me. Buffer optimizes the best time to post. I just drop it into the queue, and it's $15 a month. They have higher level plans if you want to get a bunch of analytics out of them. Don't spend the money. You don't need the analytics. You can figure that out through Facebook or the platforms, what type of engagement you have. But here I've just loaded up. So I've got 5 posts on Twitter, 5 posts on LinkedIn, 5 posts on Facebook, 1 on Instagram, all loaded up from earlier today. I spent about 20 minutes loading up my queue, and that's 1 to 2 posts a day for the next couple days. That was really easy for me to do, kind of load it up and forget it. And so I do that in Buffer. If you don't have more than one social media platform, if you are only using Facebook, you can do that inside your Facebook business page. Let me show you how to do that. You just come to your home here and you go up here to Publishing Tools. Facebook changes how they do everything. Every minute, so this could change by the time you watch this. But here under I can just create a post, and I can under share right here, I can hit schedule, and I can schedule when it's going to go out. So you can do it on Facebook. You don't have to use Buffer. You can just sit on Facebook and just schedule post, schedule post, schedule post, schedule post, and I have done that before too. But since I'm posting on more than one platform, and because I'm lazy, I spend the $15 a month and I use Buffer because I like it. All right, so let's talk about Facebook groups. So Stronghold Training has a group. I created a private group called the Stronghold Collaborative. You should also, if you're on level 2, create a private group of either people you've done business with or people you've met, or create something that's kind of involved with real estate but not directly involved in real estate. For example, maybe you're really into nutrition, so you're going to create a nutrition group, but you're just going to be the realtor in that group. You could create a group for your neighborhood, a group for your farm area. I strongly suggest you create a Facebook group for your farm area. Every person you meet, everyone that you get to know from your local community, you invite them into this group and you make it all about that fun stuff, not just about you preaching real estate to them all day long. So here I have a group for my clients where we go in and can talk about their businesses, talk about issues we're having, and these are people who all speak the Stronghold language. So we can post jokes, we can do whatever, but I've got a group. Why does this matter? Like I said earlier, Facebook changed their algorithm recently. They're not putting stuff at the forefront of people's news feeds. News feed is what you see when you go to your normal Facebook. This is a news feed, right? The thing you scroll on. So apologies to everyone who's being freely advertised here. I don't think they'll mind. The news feed is going to not feature pages you've liked unless you've engaged with them. Facebook wants community involvement. So what they will feature is group interaction. And a lot of people even get notifications on their mobile devices when someone posts within a group. That's the default. So if your grandma posts on your Facebook page, your personal page, you would get a notification. But if grandma posts on her page, you're not going to get it, even if you follow her. Grandma posts in your group, or if anyone posts in your group, the whole group gets notifications, depending on their privacy settings. But more importantly, in the news feed, group activity is ranked first. So groups work. Get involved in groups, post in groups, interact in groups. And that's why I do like it when people put in their private personal Facebook page. You can interact as a business page. It's just a little bit more cumbersome to do that. But if your private page, your personal Facebook page, you also use for real estate, and you have a picture of you there and you put on there that you're a realtor in your About You section, everywhere you go, you're representing yourself as a realtor. That's why so many of you wear your little badge when you go to Publix or whatever. It's the same in these Facebook groups, but make a group of your own. That's even better. All right, enough on that. Almost done here. Let's go back to the slides. Oh, real quick, other tool I want to show you real fast here. So I use a tool called Snappa. I am not a graphic artist. You are probably not a graphic artist. And one of the challenges of posting pictures and things like that on social media pages is getting the sizes right. You find a picture, but you need to make it resized for a Facebook post. Snappa is the best thing I've ever used for this. I've used many of the platforms. Snappa I found to be the best, especially when it comes to creating the right size. So I can come to my Snappa accounts, $15 a month. I put Facebook post, just click that. And what's great is they already have all the pictures I need. I don't have to go and buy stock footage. Of course, it's going to take forever to load because I'm recording my screen, but speaks for itself. I can go in, select a graphic, put text on that graphic, do whatever I want to do, and it's already pre-sized for Facebook and ads, my Facebook cover page, anything like that. It's all right there. So Snappa makes short work of my graphic arts, and that's why, well, I'm trying to brag here because it's really easy, but my stuff looks kind of professional, and I'm a hack just like you. You come to the Stronghold page, I already had it up here, you see these nice little pictures and things like that. Some of that I've created in Snappa. It just works really well. All right, let me close a couple of these things out, and let's move back to the slides, and let's get to level 3. So again, level 2 engagement was helpful articles, tools and resources, linking other page and events, hosting a group or being active in one. It's constant engagement. The secret is this: beginning of the month or beginning of the week, use a tool like Buffer, load up all your articles, all your tools. Tools are things that are like mortgage calculators, stuff like that, constantly helping people. And then during the week, as you're out and about engaging, you're going to be there on your social media app, taking pictures, linking stuff. So you're having constant stuff in addition to the pre-loaded scheduled posts. All right, so level 3 is Advertiser. This is not for the newbie. An advertiser has not only a Facebook business account or business page, but also a business account and a Facebook ads account. Everyone thinks, understandably, that when they boost a post, they're running a Facebook ad. but you're actually not running a Facebook ad. I'm going to show you an ads account in a minute. This involves having targeted lists of people you're trying to reach. It involves retargeting those people, and it also involves using lead magnets. I'm going to show you all of that really fast right now. So let's go out of buffer. Here is one of my ads accounts. I have a few. So in an ads account, see, it looks much more complicated. It is. So you create a campaign. So we're just going to use one. Here's a campaign I did to get likes, even though I told you not to do that a minute ago. I was going to use this as an example. So I created a likes campaign. So when you create a campaign, you're going to decide who your target audience is. I'll just create one. It's probably going to take a second. So I can create a new campaign here, name it sample. I don't really have time on this to go through how to do all of this, but maybe in future trainings here. You name this stuff and you go in and you start creating a new ad. They have a guided creation, which most of you should use, or a quick creation for those of us who have done this before. But you're going to go in and you're going to set up a campaign so you can track this stuff. You're going to set a budget. You're going to set an audience, and then you're going to create the actual ad. You can either use a post you've created before. Here's what I want you guys to understand. You don't have to post this stuff on your business page. You can create ads that nobody sees except the people you're targeting. That means it's not just a boosted post. So I can create an ad with a special offer that only goes out to, say, veterans in search of real estate, as long as I have a list of those people. If I don't have a list of those people, then I have to put in all the demographics to try to find that list. That's helpful. You can do that. You just spend more money because it's a bigger pond, and Facebook will require you to have a large pond to advertise that way. But Facebook will let you advertise to 10 people. As long as you have a list you can upload of those 10 people, Facebook will go out and find them if you have email addresses and things like that. I can give you more information on this in future trainings. But what I want you to understand is if you have a list of people from your CRM you're already working with, that you're already dripping on, and you're hoping those people see what's on your Facebook page. If you're following here, you want those people to see what's on your Facebook page, but they're not liking your Facebook page yet. You can take that list, upload it to Facebook. Don't even have to post what this thing you're going to post to them on your Facebook page. You can just create an ad. Facebook will go out and find those people and put those sponsored ads in their news feed, and it's ridiculously inexpensive. We're talking pennies on the dollar. Here's what's even better. If they engage with those things, they click on them, they watch a video that you post, or whatever you do to advertise to them. Video is great because then you can see how much they've engaged, and when they drop off, then what you can do is retarget those people that have watched, and you can set all this up in advance. That's fun stuff. It's a little bit more complicated than we have time to do here today, but that's why I call that level 3. Now, some of you, again, I have to remind you of what we said at the beginning. Some of you are hearing that going, oh, that's what I want to do, but I don't even have a clue how to make a Facebook business page. You are at least 6 months away from probably learning the skill unless you're tremendously tech savvy. You could go out and hire a marketing firm to do it that will charge you a lot of money. Let me be clear, most of the social media marketing companies are not doing this for you. They're just doing level 2 for you. They're just posting stuff trying to get engagement. Most of them are not doing this. To do this, you're usually spending at least $1,000 to $2,000 a month when you involve your budget, not just paying for their service. Because most of them are doing lead gen from this, lead generation. And the best ones are doing it using lead magnets. What's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is something helpful, like one of those tools or an article or a video or a free something, a list that people are willing to give you their name and email address to download to get that tool. If you have good lead magnets, people will download that. You'll have their contact information. You can either contact them or continue to re-engage them and retarget them through Facebook ads. But now we know we've started a relationship. We can nurture with people. This is the beauty of digital marketing, but we are just getting started here. This is tip of the iceberg on what you're getting into that complex world. You can absolutely learn it. I have, but my point is, leave that to the pros. If you are at level 1 or level 2, maybe grow to it. But if you're trying to do that and your skill is meeting people, then get out, get networking, learn this stuff on in evenings and things like that. All right, we've gone way over the time I had planned. Let me leave you with 2 last little things here and give you some free stuff. So what's critical is if you're doing social media, no matter what you're doing in your marketing, you need to know what you're going to do. Don't just sit down and start posting on social media. Total waste of time. You need to know in advance, at least a week in advance, if not a month, if not a year in advance, what you're going to post, what your focus is going to be, how you're going to do that, what your strategy is going to be, what your voice is going to be, what type of marketing message you're trying to routinely send, what your image is going to be. You need to know how much of that you're planning to do, whether it's level 1, level 2, or level 3. Sit down and plan this stuff out. And then you need to know when you're actually going to do this. Don't just do it when you're driving in your car at a stoplight. You really need to have a plan for when you're going to sit down and do your social media marketing if you're at level 2 or 3. Level 1 really doesn't require much of a commitment at all. All right, so I hope that has been helpful. Hey, if you're watching this and it is in January of 2020 still, then I want to give you a free month of group coaching. Some of our group coaching goes over some of this stuff in depth, as well as just how to build a predictable marketing plan. This says it expires in 72 hours. It expires actually at the end of January. I'm extending that to the end of January 2020. You can get 1 month free of group coaching. Just go to strongholdtraining.com/live group coaching or strongholdtraining.com and just click down to coaching. Coupon code is freebie. Plug that in, you get a free month of coaching. All right. Also, I have public training. That's a classroom style training. People can come to my location here in Tampa. That's a little bit more expensive than sometimes people in real estate want to spend, but that's 10 weeks of business building. You're going to walk out of there with a predictable sales plan that you're using for your business or your money back. Coupon code for that is nice deal to get 10% off, so it'd save you like $250. Or if you just want to walk through an online training that tells you how to build a predictable business plan, it's basically everything we do in the public training, but online in a way you can watch on your own time. I've got a $50 training at strongholdtraining.com/real estate. Get $10 off. Only spend $40 if you use coupon code GETNOW. Ignore these expiration dates. It expires whenever I feel like it, which right now I don't feel like ever making coupons expire. So as long as you've taken the time to sit and listen to me and watch this, you deserve $10 off. All right. If networking is more what you want to do after listening to this, if I've only successfully convinced you not to do a whole bunch of social media marketing, then let me help you network more effectively. Go to strongholdtraining.com/networking and get the strategic guide to effective networking. It's about 3 pages of exactly how to effectively network, step by step, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, what to say. I think you'll find that very helpful. All right. And speaking of social media, here's a whole lot of social media stuff I do. If you want to schedule a call with me, you can do that there. You can see all the links right there. And I have a podcast, Growing Smart, Stronghold Podcast. You can find that on iTunes, anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's all there. So you can follow me, see what I'm doing, steal what I'm doing. I don't care. When I say steal what I'm doing, I mean you can borrow ideas from me. Don't actually use my exact stuff without my permission. But follow me, see what I do, and if it looks good, happy to help you do that more through group coaching or any way I possibly can. So I hope that has been helpful to you guys. Until next time, we are 4 minutes longer than I thought, so I appreciate your patience. Hope this was really helpful. Until next time, look forward to seeing you on social media, and I hope it brings you great success.